Welcome back, Bitcoin traders and investors. This is Jesse. Bitcoin smashed $38,000 today. It's still ultra bullish on the weekly chart, still ultra bullish on the daily chart. We're going to take a little bit of a deeper dive. We're going to keep this video fairly short overall, but Bitcoin update, what are some possible price targets? So stick around all the way to the end. We're going to look at some price targets. We're going to do an update on the Bitcoin halving tracker, and we're going to do an update on the Bitcoin halving date as well. So let's jump right in. Let's take a look at it. So as you can see, this is the Bitcoin weekly chart right now, and the candles are orange, meaning that it's ultra bullish, also known as overbought, right? But it can remain overbought a lot longer than people think. The daily chart is also ultra bullish and has been since October 20th. So it continues to make moves higher. We've got some price targets for you. I do want to take a look at a couple things first before we jump into like the technical analysis of Bitcoin. We did this video back here 7 days ago about the Bitcoin halving clock. And what I think is interesting, why I'm talking about it, is it said that in 163 days. And then today, the next Bitcoin halving date says 160 days. And so I'm like, that doesn't even add up. And I look here, the estimated 2024 halving date was April 13th, 2024. And again, this video was done 7 days ago. So fast forward to today, right? The estimated 2024 halving date is now April 18th. So I'm not sure what's going on with the miners over there, but it seems like it's the Bitcoin halving clock has been delayed 5 days. So we'll see, if it's going to take an extra week. But just thought that was interesting, and so I want to kind of jump over here to the halving tracker. I've kind of showed this before, where you can see on this Bitcoin halving tracker, and I've been watching it for like 2 years, so it's not a new chart to me. But you can kind of see where they all the cycles kind of like peak around the same time, within like 50 to 100 days, right? And then they all go through a bear market, and they all bottom out within like, call it 50 to 100 days again. And then they get a rally before the Bitcoin halving, right? And then right before the Bitcoin halving, there's usually a correction. So you can see it kind of peaked here at 1,300 days, right? Peaked here at about 1,300 days. I don't know if you can see my cursor over here to the right. It's white on white over here. The white cursor is on the white screen. And then you've got another cycle here, the last cycle, where it peaked here, just past 1,300 days. And so it looks like we're at about 1,200 and call it 1,275 days ish. So maybe we have another. I talked about this a week ago when I pulled this up as well, that it could take, maybe it's a 30 to 40 days to finish this run. And we'll talk about how high it could possibly go. As you can see, like at this point, it continued to push up, right? Maybe maybe it'd push up like another 10,000 just on the eyeball test of this halving tracker. Doesn't mean it's going to, but it kind of lines up with the next target and possibly the next target after that. And you have about 25 to 30 days remaining, maybe 20 to 30 days remaining, possibly, if it continues to play out very similar, where it kind of peaks and then goes through a correction before the next halving date, right? So let's get back to it. This is what we have here on Bitcoin, the weekly chart. And you can see here that, there was a target down here that was already hit. So target one was hit. Last week, we were talking about how high and how long will it take to go. A week ago, and we talked about it could possibly come up and hit this target prior to a correction, prior to the halving. And so I had this horizontal line over here, right? So this horizontal line was this week. I think it was the week before. I don't know. It was the 8th or the 15th. But definitely now, if it's going to be pushed back to, what was it, the 18th now. So we were kind of in the middle between the 8th and the 15th, the beginning of the week of. But now it's more like Monday the 15th through the 22nd, right? So the 18th is the next projected halving date. So what it could do is, if it played out similar, and it doesn't mean it's going to, but if it played out similar, maybe you could see it be ultra bullish, for the next like I said, 20 to 30 days, come up and hit this target. Maybe there's a correction, right? And then after that correction, that's when it kind of goes into the next halving. And that's when basically, the bull run is, in my opinion, is confirmed at that point, right? So this whole entire time, even this breakout back here, when we were talking about it and taking positions down here, and there's bullish divergence, right? We're talking about the bear market rally, right? So it had this 100% move up, then a pullback and a retracement, and now it's shooting back up. We'll see if it's going to hit this target, come back down, put in another higher low before the halving, and then take off to the upside after that. Or it's possible it comes all the way back up here and it comes back down and then comes out like that. It seems like if it's going to play out similar to previous cycles and it's going to have a bigger correction by the time the halving actually happens, it seems like this 48,600 level is not as probable or not as likely. As of right now, it just seems like this 42,300 is more realistic, right? But Bitcoin will surprise us when it wants to, and it's going to do its own thing anyways. But as of right now, just kind of watching it, the way it's had like this buy signal, consolidated for a couple of weeks, pushed up, and then started to become ultra bullish, right? Well, that means it could continue to keep pushing up, and it just seems more realistic that's going to hit the 42,300 and then possibly come back down, put in a higher low at some point, and then wherever that is, here, right, before the halving, and then coming out like that. But just I do have a target up here at 48,600 ish to the middle of that target, for a reason, right? Like it's an important market sniper target area. So we'll see if it gets there or not. It's hit target 1. It's right in the middle of target 2. We'll see if target 3 gets hit here, and we'll see if even after that, possibly even target 4 after that. But what I want to do is I want to drop down to the daily chart as well and kind of just take a look at it. Let me see if I can just clean all this up real fast and just see if there's anything else that we want to take a look at first on this daily chart. So you can see that it is ultra bullish, and we bring on the indicators here, right? It kind of lines up. So it lines up with the halving tracker. It kind of lines up where you can see where, it seems like it could kind of like run out of room here on RSI, right? So if it's already, November 9th and, another 20 to 30 days kind of gets you into this like December 4th, December 6th, call it December 9th area. So what it could do is, it's got bearish divergence right now, and it could continue to do bearish divergence, meaning that RSI can make lower highs and price can make higher highs. So that's something we'll watch. This very similar setup and very similar to the way I was watching it back in November 2021. It's just seemed like it was going to start to run out of room, and it just so happened to be in November, right? So November 2021, November 2023, right? Will it put in some additional bearish divergence? Maybe there'll be like a shorter term correction, right? And then it spikes back up to put in additional bearish divergence and does that maybe a couple times, right? Comes back up, and then maybe it just starts to roll back down. I mean, it could even put in additional bearish divergence for a while. If you've watched any of the Magnificent Seven, those are all possibilities. So as of right now, there is bearish divergence, and there could be future bearish divergence, meaning that there could be higher price highs, especially while it's ultra bullish on the daily chart and ultra bullish on the weekly chart. It could definitely do that. And it could even, you can see it kind of like come back down, right? Put in a higher, lower high on RSI, kind of like that. It can even break down, come back all the way up. And so you could see it kind of like, put in like bearish divergence like that. And it could remain diverged for a while. So we'll see how it happens. We're going to watch it every single day. If you're not following us, definitely smash the subscribe button. definitely smash the like button and follow us on the live streams. We're live streaming Monday through Friday every day, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thank you again for all of your continued support, and I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.